Hey, listen, our guest speaker today, everybody sit down, buckle up, get ready, take the wax out of your ears. Here we go. Get your journals out, get your notepad out, get your eyebrow liners out. What have you got to write with? But get it out, crayons. But here we go. This is called, you see the flyer says Wolfpack Wisdom. Oh my God. Wolfpack Wisdom. Let me tell you about this young man if you don't know who he is. I know some of you do, but he got started. He was working at Applebee's at the age of 20. You mean, he said, wait, you mean I can make money talking rather than flipping burgers and wiping down grills? You got to be joking. Got started. He's the young age of 28 years old, a regional vice president platinum who's popped 1, 2, 3 RV platinums in his team already. Woo, let's get excited. He was living in Trinidad, and July 9th, he kept seeing planes going to the United States of America. And he said one day, he had a dream, one day, not Martin Luther King dream, but he had his own dream like you should have and Sam Falls should have in his business. He said, one day I'm gonna be on one of them planes going over here, going to America. I don't care where it lands, but one day. See, you gotta make it, you have to make up a make-up mind and make a decision. He had a decision. July 9th of 2002, he was on the plane looking around like, today's that day, Lord, today's that day, Lord, today is that day. And he left Trinidad and flew into Baltimore, Maryland. The rest is history. Building a big organization in Baltimore, Maryland. Also down in Texas where his son resides. His son has always been homeschooled. Don't know what it is to be in a school. Anyway, and also got a big organization in Florida. Last time I saw him was a couple of months ago. We broke bread, took him to lunch at a nice place in Florida. Without further ado, Regional Vice President Platinum, soon to be Senior Vice President, Mr. Shakeel Cooper.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back. It felt like we haven't seen each other in so long, but I definitely came back refreshed with a lot of new information. Hopefully, just having a conversation with people today. I'm going to share a story about how things have been in the past 30 days since I've been able to talk to you guys. But for the people on the call that don't know who I am, like Mr. Thomas said, I got started in this business when I was 20 years old, no business background, working at a restaurant called Applebee's. When a close friend of mine offered me the opportunity to earn some extra money, I saw the business. I got started on the spot. It made a lot of sense. And then from that point on, I've been working for the past 8 years. Actually, October 27th this month will make it 8 years since I've been involved in this industry. And what I can tell you that for the past 8 years, I've been earning money every single month. For the past 8 years, I haven't had to work for anyone else. So just imagine you being able to get started in a business and say to yourself, you know what if I take this business serious? Who would have ever thought at 20 years old I would be my own boss? So when I saw the business, I just followed a simple system. But what really got me excited about the business was they said that you didn't have to be smart. You didn't have to graduate college. You didn't have to have a six-figure job or anything like that. But what you did have to do was have that hot, white, burning desire. You wanted to have more out of your life, basically. You just want to change so bad that you would do whatever it takes in order to see that happen. So what I did was I just went to work. And in my first 6 months in the company, hit a position back then called team coordinator, which is regional director now. 10.5 months in the position called regional director, where I helped 2 of my business partners get at least 600 points in their organization. And then in 3.5 years, I was able to hit the position of regional vice president at the age of 24 years old. And today, at 28 years old, I promoted 2 regional vice presidents, and I'm well on track to becoming a senior vice president before the age of 30 years old. But what I want to share with you guys today is that if you've been on a call with me for the past, you've been doing this for almost 2 years now, I really want you to take in everything that I've been saying, because everything that I've been saying on these calls, and it might sound repetitive, but what I tell you is that it's working. And I'm going to share an example with you, right? Last month alone, my organization put in over 1,300 customers. Let me repeat that again. 1,300 customers by themselves. I was in Maryland spending time with my family. Literally. And my team put in 1,300 customers. I had a young lady that got started in my organization September 7th. She got started. She's on my 5th level. I don't even know. I never met her. She signed up 300 gas accounts, apartment complex where I started doing my meetings at. So guess what? So I went to college at Morgan State University, right? So outside of the college right across the street, there is a apartment complex where all of the students live at. One of my business partners recruited her. She's a property manager. She signed up and literally she signed up 300 gas accounts, and she's on my fifth level. So that means that I will get 4% off of 300 customers from one person I've never met, never talked to. How in the world do my business continue to grow every single month? If I work it, if I don't work it. Why? System. Save yourself time, energy, and money. System. And so many times people try to force themselves to, how can I figure it out? What's the secret? What's the secret? You don't have a system. That's the difference between me and most people. When I got involved in a company, my mentor worked me like I was involved in his real estate company. My mentor, his name is Adam Root. He owns real estate, right? So when I got started, he would tell me, set up power hours. Go do this, go do that. So literally, he was talking to me like I was working for him. Go meet up with this person. Go get this person qualified. Literally was telling me what to do. And guess what? I just did it. But what I understood that everything that he was telling me to do is something to duplicate. And then from that point on, now today, I have almost 10,000 customers in my organization. Almost 10,000. Just think about it. 10,000. How in the world did this young guy from Baltimore City, no business background, college dropout, is able to maintain and grow a business over 8 years? Because we can agree, listen, the purge hit every month, right? How in the world do a 20-year-old dropout with no business background maintaining almost 10,000 customers to this day? How? Because I have a system. See, I never thought to myself that I'm the big deal, I'm gonna do everything. No, I said to myself, what if I teach people a simple system and they go out there, they have success, and then guess what? We all make money. I have another guy that got started in the business, but he's seen ATN almost 25 years ago, and he got started to another business partner of mine. He got it not even 90 days ago, and he's about to be promoted to regional director probably this weekend. 90 days. Talk to him one time. How in the world is people getting involved in my business and having fast success if I'm not working personally with them? So when people talk about how great I am, I said, no, I'm not great. This system is great because it's my business partners that's working with these people and helping them get RD done in 90 days, 4 months, 5 months. Listen, I'll go now in our organization. If you're not hitting RD in 90 to 120 days, then you're not really working a business. So by us condensing the time frame, guess what happens? People are more likely to have fast success, but they believe more. People are making money. So if you want your team to be motivated, guess what happens? You got to help them make money. Because what I understood is that I'm not picking up my phone every single day and saying, hey, are you doing this? Are you doing that? No, I'm not saying that. I put together a system, taught it to my people, talked to my leaders, and guess what happened now? They just run the system. They just literally run the system, and we're all having massive success. If you look at the charts, they're number one. My RVPs, they're the top people on the chart. And every single month, guess what? They're going neck and neck, neck and neck, neck and neck. And I said to myself, man, if you just get people competing with each other friendly, they're all making money, we're all excited, we'll have a growing business, and guess what happens? Your business now grows without you. Don't you wish that you can wake up one day and just see more customers coming in, more business partners coming in? The team now, they're putting up almost together 100 reps a month by themselves. So just imagine if you had thousands of people in your organization doing the same simple things over and over and over again. So before I go into I put together a quick training just so you guys can take some notes and I can just go over a few topics. But I really just want you to take in what I just said because that's the most important thing. Having a system in place. I don't care how great you are. I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about how long you work in corporate America. This is something different. You need to create a system inside of a system. Because now, guess what? Everything is digital. When the world changed almost 2 years ago and it went digital, most people, their business died overnight. Because why? They didn't want to change. They continue to have the mindset that, oh, we're going to have in-person events. We're going to have in-person events. We've only had one in-person event in the past 2 years. And that at that event that we had almost 30 days ago, I promoted almost 7, 8 regional directors at that event. Most of that room was in my organization. And I haven't seen, I don't even know my team to keep it right. I know my leaders, but because everything is now digital, You're making money with people that you never met before. Even my leaders, they never met some of their regional directors in person before. Because everything is digital now, all you need is a cell phone, a tablet, or a laptop, and you can build a business everywhere. Agent is not hard. But if you don't have a system, it will be hard because everything relies on you. And if everything relies on you, what if you can't work? What if you're on vacation? What if you're just busy? What if you have kids? What if you have so much going on in your life that you can't tend to everyone in your organization? How do you expect your business to grow? The only way your business will grow is by having a system in place. So what I'm going to do right now, I want to share a quick minute video, and it's about 3 minutes long. But I want you to really take on this because this is going to make a lot of sense after I talk about it.
You would never guess in a million, or should we say 27 billion years, that this bicycle repairman is the long-lost biological father of Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon.com, the man who changed the way we shop. Look at 69-year-old Ted Jorgensen side by side with Bezos. They even share the same laugh. Until recently, Jorgensen had never even heard of Amazon. He doesn't even use a computer. Jorgensen says he still remembers the very last time he saw his son.
I was working in a Walmart, and I remember them coming to visit me for some reason. It was cold, and he had his little winter coat on, and I just remember him walking down the aisle coming to see me.
Jeff Bezos' mother, Jackie, and Jorgensen were teenagers when they got married in 1963. Back then, Jorgensen was a poor circus performer. Their son, Jeff, was born in 1964. After the marriage broke up, Jorgensen gave up custody. Jackie remarried Mike Bezos, who adopted Jeff and raised him as his own. Have you ever regretted that decision?
Big mistake. But at the time, I thought it was the best.
Jorgensen opened a bike shop and toiled away in obscurity for the next 40 years. Ted Jorgensen was working in his bike shop here in Phoenix, Arizona, when a biographer writing a book about Jeff Bezos came in with news that would change Ted's life forever. When the writer came in and told you that your son was Jeff Bezos, what was your reaction?
He asked me if I knew who Jeff Bezos was.
And what did you say?
I said, no, the name kind of sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Jorgensen lives in this modest house in a middle-class Phoenix suburb, a far cry from Bezos' lakefront mansion in Seattle. Forbes magazine lists Bezos as America's 12th richest man, worth an estimated $27 billion.
27 billion, with a B.
Jorgensen's second wife of 26 years, Linda, says because Bezos is so rich and powerful, contacting him is difficult.
Because of who Jeff is, I think it's made an obstacle that wouldn't have been there had he been a garbage collector.
Bezos has made only one comment about his biological father. I've never met him. The only time I ever think about it is when a doctor asks me to fill out a form. Jorgensen is battling emphysema. He says he wants to see his son one last time before he dies. He says he doesn't want a penny from his son and just wants to apologize for what he calls the biggest mistake of his life. What would you say to him?
I just would like to tell him I used to change your diapers, and just see him, shake his hand and tell him he's really done a good job with his life.
So after seeing that video, as you guys can see in the video, right? You had a kid, and your kid turned out to be the wealthiest person in the world. Just imagine, right? You have a kid. Your kid turns out to be the wealthiest person in the world. And throughout your life, you never put that energy into spending that time to get to know your child. So when I seen that video, and it has a lot to do with this training, right? Because I do this business for my son. So because I do this business for my son, I never wanted to put myself in a position where I had a kid. I didn't do everything that I needed to do to be there for that kid. And then that kid turned out to be super successful. And then, I'm just living the typical regular life. And then later on, I try to rekindle that flame. And why that story hit me so hard, because I never had a dad relationship. I never called a guy dad, daddy, papa, any of those type of things, right? And I have siblings from other countries in another country that contact me like, hey, I'm your sister. And they want to build a relationship with me. But I'm like, I don't know you and I don't even know your father either. But because now they see I'm successful, they want to be a part of my life. But we can agree that it's a little bit too late. So if you're on this call, no matter your age, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you don't put your all into building something for your family. And then one day your kids or someone, become super successful and it can change generations forever. And then you waited too long to spend that time and develop that relationship. So this is why I do ATM. So this is my why, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that didn't put my all into my children and then they grow up and be successful, super successful, and I'm just sitting there living with a life of regret. Who here know people that live a life of regret and they don't like it? They hate it. I had to talk with my grandmother the other day. She retired this year, but she could have retired a couple years ago. But she waited too long to retire. But now she's retired and she's bored at home because she can't do much. She's talking about trying to get another job. Lady, you're 70 years old. You can't work. But because she regrets that she did not retire earlier, same feeling. Regret weighs a ton. That's why I made a decision at 20 years old and said to myself that I am not going to wait till I'm later on in my life to live a life of regret. I know so many people today that said, man, if I had your age, if I had what you had at your age, I would do it all over again. But guess what? You can start today. See, I just made a decision that I didn't want to live a life of regret. See, I never wanted to say to myself, man, I wish I would have did this. I just do it now. So let's go into the information. So I just hopefully that conversation right there open up your eyes so that we can go right into the information. So let's start with this. Consider how hard it is to change yourself and you'll understand what little chance you have of trying to change others. So many times people try to change people that come in this business and it's like, listen, people are people. You can change people. And just think about it, right? If you know for a fact that you can't change people, right? Think about it. How hard is it to change yourself? How hard is it for you to make changes in your life? And now think about trying to change somebody else. How stressful can that be? So when people come involved in our business, you can't change people. Either they're a winner or they're not. Either they're a hustler or they're not. Either they have work ethic or they don't. You can't change it. The only that you can change is you. And guess what happens? As you change yourself, you will start to attract people that have some of the traits just like you. Because as I continue to grow myself as a person, my business grew. See, when most of the time people think it's just how hard you work. No, yes, you got to work hard, but guess what? You got to work hard on yourself because you are the best project that you can work on. As you work on yourself, you start attracting better things to yourself. I remember just growing up in Baltimore, just growing up in the hood, seeing the typical people selling drugs in the corner, the ambulance every 5 minutes, just chaos, right? And as I continue to grow on myself now, the place when I'm in Miami, I'm hanging out at $1 million homes on an island. I'm around people that's millionaires, my mentors, these people that surround me, people I hang out with now, they're all successful people. So as I changed myself, everything around me started to change. And this is something that I do every single day. A lot of people, they don't understand that. Your word is powerful. This is what I say all day, every day. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis, right? I say that every day, every day. And every time I say that, guess what happens? Money comes to me. I have it on my phone. I speak affirmations every single day. People don't understand that success is not just how hard you work, but what are you speaking into the universe? If you're not speaking that you're happy, you're grateful, do you understand that being grateful is one of the most powerful things in the world? Do you understand that if you're just grateful for what you have now, that you'll have a chance to have more? See, these are the things that people don't like talking about. See, I'm going to give you all my secrets because it's not just how hard I work, it's what I put out to the universe, what I speak in the universe. I got another, matter of fact, where is it at? I just bought this not even a month ago. Another journal. And it's halfway done. Another journal. It's halfway done. Journals. What's in there? A check. I just cashed it though. Affirmations. Every time I speak affirmations, money comes to me. When I check my back office, when they update every day, there's a new rep and new customers coming in because I'm speaking positivity in my life and in my business. So real quick, everyone on the call, I want you to repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Listen, if you say this every single day, I'm telling you, money will just come into your bank account. Money will come into your life. All type of opportunities will come your way. And guess what? It works every single time. It works every single time. Start speaking positivity in your life. I don't care about how hard you work, because if you work hard but you have a negative mouth, everything else is still going to be negative, because the power of the tongue is very powerful. If you say to yourself, I'm going to be successful, you will be successful. You don't have to figure out how you're going to be successful. Just know that the universe is going to work in your favor for you to become successful. And this is just one of the many. I speak affirmations all day, every single day. That's another key to my success. On top of writing them, guess what else I do? I write it in my journal. See, if you're not writing down in your journal, you're not winning. What it says, I am a millionaire. This is brand new. I am a millionaire. You know, I am worth $10 million by 33 years old. I'm a landowner. I'm financially free. I'm a money magnet. Listen, this is also part of your success, not just ACN. I'm talking about having success in life. So when I have these calls, I'm not just talking about ACN. I'm talking about life. And I made this post yesterday, and I said, I don't need any more friends. I need business partners. See, the type of people that you surround yourself with most of the time is going to be the people that you become just like. If you have a whole bunch of friends and they're not doing nothing but trying to drink beer and hang out and watch sports and things like that, but you can't be around these people when it's time to make money, but they're always around to spend money. Hey, man, you want to go to this concert? You want to go to this bar? How many people do you know right now that you can call that want to make some money with? But because you knew them all your life, you still hang with them. You know, listen, the best thing I did was getting a new phone number and removing a bunch of negative people out of my life. Listen, if you're not trying to go where I'm trying to go, you got to go. Let me repeat that again. If you are not trying to go where I'm trying to go, you have to go. Because I'm not going to be the person that continues to sacrifice, invest everything, go through it all for people to just come around and reap the benefits just because I grew up with you. You're my cousin. I knew you. No. When I was sacrificing, putting that hard work and grind, you was having fun. You don't want to make money with me, but you want to spend money with me. I don't want to hang with people that only want to spend money with me. I want to hang with people that make money too. So when you look at your list of the people, you have friends and family members that don't want to support your business. Those are not the people that you don't need to spend a lot of time with. I'm not telling you don't talk to them, but if you're spending a lot of your time talking to them, listen, I learned this one quote. If you spend your time in your day talking to a person that got nothing to offer, what can they offer you? What can they offer you? Even my mom. When my mom called me when she's at work, I talk to her for a minute or two. I'm like, call me when you get off. Because that's depressing to me. I don't want to hear about how work is or see it in your face that you don't like being there, but guess what? You got to pay the bills. So I even have a limit on my own parents. I don't care. If you are negative, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with you. I'll talk to you, but I'm not spending a lot of time. I don't care who you are. And that right there is why most people are not successful, because they're scared to cut off the people that's close to them to get to where they need to go. You care about what your parents think. You care about what your best friend. You care about your spouse thinks. Listen, sometimes you got to cut off the people that surround you that don't want to help you grow, because that right there can be that one key point that stops you from going. I'm telling you, listen, it's one of the hardest things I ever had to do, but guess what? My life is at peace. I'm able to see my money. I'm able to enjoy my money. And I don't have people around me that's just trying to take. But the people that I'm building with, we're growing together. And this is the quote that I live by. It's better to get 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of your own. See, I believe in getting paid off for other people. some people, they don't feel comfortable getting paid off for other people. But think about your job. Isn't someone getting paid off for you? Why wouldn't you want to get paid off for someone else if you see that that's a success principle? Leverage income. You only have 24 hours in a day. Listen, I have a life to enjoy. I have a son to take care of. I have a personal life that I need to enjoy, and I have businesses and things that I'm trying to grow. I don't have all the time in the world to be doing everything. So what I got to do, teach other people how to do what I would normally do. They still make money, but guess what? I get a percentage too. It's a win-win. We're making money together. Do you know how great of a feeling it is to make money with your business partners? When my business partners called me, they said, man, my direct deposit, listen, they're doing great. And guess what? I get a great override too. So we're all happy. We're all winning. There's no argument. There's no beef. Listen, do you imagine that having a business is positive? Because people making money. If you're not making money, then what do you got to complain about? So if you make sure that your people are making money, nobody will complain. And some people are only your friends as long as you're struggling like them. Think about your friends. Look at the people that you talk to every day. If you're struggling like them, that's why you're so good with them. But I promise you, listen, once you start to have some type of success, it will weed out the imposters. Do you know how many people weed themselves out of my life because they know that I was just going to grow and I wasn't going to come back down? It's kind of like this, right? You both start off here. You start to grow, you start to grow, you start to grow. And they're right here. In order for you to be able to be on the same level with them, guess what you got to do? Calm back down. I'm not coming down for nobody. It's up. And it's only going to be up. My life will continue to grow every single day for generations to come. Because that's my purpose. That's my purpose. Speak as it already happened, and it already will. Listen, think about it. Speak as if it has already happened, and it will. It goes back again to what I said. Everything that I've been telling you guys, I've been speaking into existence. Do you know that you can trick your mind, your subconscious mind, to believing that you're a millionaire and you can be broke? Do you understand how powerful the mind is that you can trick your mind to the point that says to yourself every single day, I am a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, guess what's going to happen? Somehow, over time, you might become a millionaire because you're putting it into the universe. You're putting it into the universe. Just think about kids that you know growing up, right? And their parents just say, you're a bad kid, you're a bad kid, you're a bad kid. And guess what happens when the kid grow up? They're a bad kid because all their life, their parents just spoke over them. You're a bad kid, you're a bad kid. That's why words are very powerful. Bad energy scares the money away. That goes back into what I just said. If you're a negative person, you're never going to make a lot of money. Never. Because your energy is negative. Either you attract money or you repel money. Those are the only two things. And most people, they say they like money, but they actually hate it because they got to go to work for it. But when you understand that you can attract it into your life with positive energy, and listen, I love money. I'm a money man. See, these are the things that I speak to myself. I have a friend of mine that when we call each other, we just automatically start speaking affirmations as soon as we get on the call. It's that positive energy. You want to be around positive people. This was me when I first started, right? Look at this picture to the left. That's me and my mentor. I was like, ooh, probably like 4 months in. If you see that TV in my hand, that was my TV. I had a mini TV and it had a DVD player on the side of it. Back then, we used to have DVDs, right? If you've been in long enough, we had DVDs before the HDMI and the online video and things like that. So that shows you that I've been involved since the old school days. Listen, I took that TV everywhere with me. That TV was in my trunk literally my first year in the business. Everywhere we went, I took that TV with me and showed the plan. How many people you know is going to drive around with a TV showing the business? Not a laptop. Showing the business on a TV. And I just did that over and over and over and over. I started at Applebee's. Literally. This was my old apartment right downstairs where we started doing events. I turned my home into a business. I let people sleep in my house. I let my team literally, listen, if you was homeless, your parents kicked you out, hey, sleep on the couch, sleep on the floor. I had up to like 10, 15 people sleeping at my home for almost 2 years. Not paying no rent or anything like that. Took care of my people. Not saying that I'll do it again for the people that don't appreciate it, but I took those sacrifices and I understood that entrepreneurship is a marathon. And most people confuse it with a 100-yard dash. They think, oh, if I can get to the position, I'm done. No, even when you get there, you still got to build on top of it, right? This is the same reason why people fail. It's not about how fast you can go. It's all about how long you can stay in the race without quitting. Even though I hit these positions fast, and most people, they thought, oh, he's going to be out of here. He hit these positions fast. 8 years later, I'm still here. And the people that I started with, they're nowhere to be found. Because I understood that it was a marathon. I didn't understand that, oh, I just get to the position, oh, I made it. No, even when you get there, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And one of the things that helped me doing that was, I tell you guys all the time, I changed my diet. I started taking care of my health. You can't be successful over a long period of time if you don't take care of your health. Health is wealth. It all works because what I understood that when most people are young, they sacrifice their health to make money. And then when they get older, they sacrifice their money for their health. Why not just have both at the same time? Why? Why not? And the reason why not, because most people don't like change. Why? Because change is hard. It's one of the hardest things in the world to change. But if you don't change, then things stay the same and you'll continue to make change. Find your purpose. What's your purpose? What's really your purpose in this life? Have you ever asked yourself this question? What's your purpose? I honestly believe that my purpose is to help people believe in themselves, that they can do any and everything, not just ACN or network marketing. What I talk about is things that is life changing. My purpose is to be a light to other people's life. If you're not being that shining light, when people talk to you and they're not like, man, thank you, man, you're so positive, like nobody ever talks this good about me and things like that. If you're not that person, then you got to change. You got to be a light to other people, because when people come to you, they got to feel as though they feel safe. You have the answers. Even though you might not have all of the answers, you might can tell them one thing that can change their life forever. So what's your purpose? You have to find your purpose. My purpose is not just to make money. That's why I stopped just working for money a long time ago. And I started working on my purpose. I'm like, man, if I pour a lot into myself, then guess what happens? I can pour more into other people. So you got to pour into you, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference that you make in people's lives. What is the difference that you're making in other people's lives? If you're not making any difference, that's probably why you're not successful. You become successful by helping a lot of people change their life. I'm not telling you got to make people millionaires and things like that, but what changes are you making in other people's lives? Because I can honestly say that I've had thousands of people since I've been involved in this business said, man, you inspired me. Man, you did something that changed my life. It can be one little thing, but I know in my heart that I've made a difference in a lot of people's lives to this day. And that's why I'm still here, because guess what? It's bigger than the money. Do you understand how many people want me to do a bunch of different things and network marketing to make money? But I understand that the difference that I've made since I've been involved in ACN is priceless. You can't put a price on it. And again, it's about the small habits. How do you spend your morning? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Do you automatically turn on the news? I tell my parents when I was at my mom's house, I'm like, turn this trash off. Like, why are you watching the news before you wake up in the morning? And then you come home from work, you turn on the news, and then before you go to sleep at night, you watch the news. How do you think you're going to have a positive, happy, healthy life if you watch the news every day? So guess what I do? I don't even watch TV. I watch YouTube. I don't watch TV. Again, who do you hang around? Are you hanging around people that's uplifting you? Or you hang around people, listen, people are either going to uplift you or going to be an anchor in your life. Which one would you rather? I was just in Miami yesterday. Man, I'm going back next week. I'm about to book a flight after this. I'm going back to Miami next week. Because when I'm in Miami, the environment that I'm around, it's like, listen, I went out to eat on Sunday. And the restaurant, people can pull up and park their boat. So people was eating, and then they jumped in their boat and took off. Listen, do you understand how say, hey, babe, you want to go to lunch? Let's just take the boat let's take the boat to a restaurant. Those are the people that I want to be around. I'm not telling you that materialistic things are everything, but what's the point of living a life of lack? when we were put here to live a life of abundance. And I'm not going to let anybody make me feel bad for wanting more out of life, for wanting to find the things in life. Because I work pretty hard and I want to help other people achieve the same thing. How do you talk to yourself? Are you speaking positive to yourself? Or are you speaking negative when no one is around? Because when your mentor, everybody else is talking to you, everyone is happy. But guess what happens after that? People are not really positive about themselves. You hear it all the time. Man, this is hard. And people talk negative about themselves all the time and they wonder why their life is not where it needs to be. What are you reading? What are you reading? What are you reading? I don't leave the house without books. I don't leave the house without books. Literally, like, I got all kind of books, like, literally, business credit, how businesses work. Listen, I'm not just studying one thing. Listen, I pour into myself every single day. What are you reading? Put down the beer and pick up a book. I'm gonna repeat again. Put down the beer and pick up a book. When I started drinking beer and I started reading more books, my life changed. Because everybody in my family, they just sit around and drink beer. And that's why their life is average. And they don't get a chance to travel to different cities. They don't get a chance to just live a free life. That's what it's about. Who are you listening to? Who has your ear? Because who has your ear has your life. What are you watching? Whatever you watch is what becomes your reality. But last but not least, who you share your energy with. And it might be the person that's laying next to you every single night. If they're negative, you'll never have a happy, successful life. If you spend a lot of your time with negative energy. You got to change some things. Listen, in order for things to change, you have to change. Things are not going to change. You can want it to change all you want, but I promise you it's not going to change unless you make that change. And don't give up. I don't care how hard it is. Don't give up because it's going to be hard. Listen, you think to be able to travel and live, a great life, do you think it's hard? I mean, you think it will be easy? No, if it was easy, everybody would have this type of life. But it's hard. I'm sorry if I make it sound easy, but it's not, because if I told you how hard it really was, you probably won't even want to continue to go, because I don't look like what I've been through. And I repeat it again. I don't look like what I've been through. I was working so hard for a moment, I was going bald. My hairline was in the middle of my head. Like, literally, I was stressed out. I didn't want to be part of the bald head billionaires. I wanted to be part of the brains and billionaires. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be stressed out anymore. So I understood that I had to make some changes. And this is right here, if you look at it, these are the true key to success. You got to work while they sleeping. Most people, they sleep all day. What are you sleeping for? You got to learn, study. When people are partying every weekend. I saw a quote. People party every weekend. But their life is, and the reason why they do that, because they want to numb the pain. So if you see people that party every single weekend, that's why, because they don't want to do the things in order to change their life forever. Save money. You got to save money while people blow money on things that don't matter. You saw the new iPhone came out. It's people that couldn't afford the last one, and guess what happened? When they got in contract and leased the newest one, just to say that, oh, I had the latest iPhone. You have to live like they dream. And we can agree. I live like most people dream. And I'm not saying that I'm balling on another level, but guess what? If you can go to Miami or different cities and live life and don't have to worry about clocking into a 9 to 5, and guess what? Every single week, you're going to get a direct deposit. That's living life. That's living life. It's all about living life, because you don't want to spend your whole life making money and never live your life. So I'd rather live like most people dream. Most people wish to go to Miami. I'm there all the time. I can be there more, but I got things I got to take care of. But just imagine being able to go on a vacation every single month, even though your life is a vacation. I'm at home school right now. Literally. After I leave here, I'm going to go shopping, and I'm going to go spend some time with my son and take him shopping. And today's Wednesday, right? And everybody knows what's today. ACN pays out. Listen, don't you want a business where you can live your life and no matter what, money is still coming in, no matter the amount? Just the fact that there's going to be a direct deposit in your bank account because of work that you did years ago? And it's only going to happen if you make that jump, that leap of faith from what you are to what you want to be. I made the jump and I built my parachute on the way down and I took the bruises. I went through it all. I lost everything. But do you understand that? What I gained was they can take the cars, they can take everything. I got the blueprint to get it back times 10. And every time I lose, I always come back better. I'm a money printer. My mind, I will always make money. Why? Because guess what? I worked on myself. I figured out the blueprint. Because ACN is no different than anything else. If I can do this, I can do. If you can do ACN, you can do anything. Do you know how hard it is to build a volunteer army of people and have them motivated to work on their own without you having to force it down their back? So if you can do ACN, you can do anything. And the grind may go unnoticed, but your results will not. So if you're not seeing any results, check your grind. Have a real conversation with yourself, because at the end of the day, Mr. Thomas' life is going to continue to be great. Your leader's life is going to continue to be great. And listen, your life might continue to be great. But if you're not seeing a result, just have a real conversation with yourself. Because when I have these trainings with you guys, it's really all about me just speaking to you so that you can have a reflection on your own life and ask your life this question like, man, am I really putting in the work? Am I really working as hard as I should be? Because if you are, the results will show. And appreciate where you are in your journey. Even if it's not where you want to be, every season serves a purpose. We can agree that we're going into fall season, right? What happens now? The leaves start to fall. It starts to get a little bit cold. People start to, being at home is more not out. But guess what? Our business is online. So for us, listen, since it's been getting cooler, my business has been growing bigger and faster than ever. Listen, fall time, winter time, listen, almost every year. But when you work hard all season, after a while, every season becomes your season. Some people just think it's one season. No, listen, our season can be every season, but you got to work every season in order for that season to just continue to just grow over time. And when it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something. So if you're dealing with any type of pain right now, if you're just struggling in your business, you're struggling in your life, if you're just going through anything right now and it hurts, ask yourself, say to yourself, life, what are you trying to teach me? And I promise you, you're going to find out the answer somehow, some way. Because a lot of times, the reason why most people are not successful is because of the things that's going on in their life. And I read a quote the other day that made a lot of sense. It said, the reason why the universe are not blessing you because your land strip is too much stuff on there. So the plane of blessings can't land into your life because you have too much going on in your life. Your land is too much mess. Well, think about it, right? What if you flew on a plane and there was a whole bunch of trash and things on the runway? What do you think will happen? A whole bunch of things that will happen, right? But let me ask you a question. What do you see when you land on a plane? 9 times out of 10, isn't the runway clear? Matter of fact, isn't the runway even clear for a plane to even take off? So you're telling me that in order for your life to even take off, you have to clear out all of the baggage. And even for the blessings to come in after that, that's what happens. You still got to clear out of the baggage. So the actions for today, clear out some baggage out of your life if you want your life to change. Really sit to yourself for an hour and get your journal out and just have real conversations with yourself. Real conversations with yourself, because I had to do that. When I was in my room depressed a couple years ago, when I was in darkness, when I didn't want to leave the room, I said to myself, man, I can either sit here and just complain, or I can get up and hustle and change. That's what I did. I changed my life forever. And today, man, life is only getting better and better because I had a real talk with myself. I don't care about what other people think about me. I care about what I think about me more than what anybody else thinks about me. And that's the difference between me and most people, is that what other people think about me, it don't matter, good or bad. Because at the end of the day, guess what? The only person that depends on me is Wolf Cooper, and that's my son. So he's the only opinion that matters. And guess what? The sacrifices paid off. I said to my son, listen, you know what? Homeschool. But guess what I just did? I just put him in private school. I wish my parents put me in private school. He's 3 years old. He's in private school. He'll never go to public school. And even if you don't want to go to school no more, guess what? All right, man, you don't got to do it. We'll hire someone to teach you at home. That's the lifestyle that I want for my son. Option. So I'm sacrificing these things that I'm dealing with in life now so that he never, listen, my son don't even cry. Because his life he's a happy baby. He's a happy kid. Why? Because guess what? He don't know what struggle is. Because he'll never know what struggle is. Because I will make sure of that. Because I never want to have my child out here in this world trying to figure out his life on his own when we as parents are supposed to make our children's life easier. But instead, we kick them out at 18. We tell them go get a job, figure it out. Instead of saying, hey, man, listen, you can stay at home as long as you want, as long as you're working towards your dreams. But parents have said, no, if you're not going to college, you got to get out of my house. Well, they're trying to chase after what they really want to go after. So a lot of times, us as parents, we're the reasons why our kids don't become successful. But you got to understand this. The reason why you had kids so that you can pour into them so that they can live a better life and take care of you when you get older. Because I know now when I'm in Maryland with my family, I am the person that everybody calling my family, hey, can you go do this for me? Because guess what? Everybody else got a job. My grandmother, hey, can you pick me up from dialysis? Can you take me there? Can you do that? Guess what? All day, every day when I'm there, they call me, run me up and down the street. And the only reason why they can do it because they know I have the time freedom. And I know that by me doing that and being able to spend that real time with my family, it goes a long way because when I'm ready to leave, they're like, man, why you leaving so early? I got life. But what I do is that I spend time with my family. I spend time with my own family. And then I have my business partners. And listen, I make time for the things that's important in my life. So you can either make excuses or you can make decisions. I choose to make decisions. I no longer make excuses because I know that everything is temporary. And I might be dealing with tough life at the moment, but guess what? Life is going to get better. And it's only going to get better because I'm going to get better. So hopefully you guys gained something today. This was just a warm up. I promise you, every week after, it's only going to get better and better and better. But this was just to warm you guys up for what's about to come. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I thank you again for having me on the call today. And hopefully, just me sharing my story and everything like that. Listen, I'm transparent with everyone on this call. I'm real. I'm me. I had tough days, tough times. Like I said, I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. I've been broke. There's been days where I had, to scrape up change. It was days where I was eating sunflower seeds just because I was hungry, because I invested all my money. And if you know anything about sunflower seeds, it trick your mind to think that you're hungry even though you're eating seeds. So I came up with these creative ways to trick my mind so that way I don't go crazy. I started eating sometimes, eat once a day. I started saying to myself, you know what? I'm only going to eat after 12 o'clock. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to just eat once a day, but I'm going to drink a lot of water because you drink a lot of water, it's healthy, but it'll make you feel full. You got to be creative if you want to be successful. And I'm sharing my secrets with you. And I promise you, it works. I live a minimalism life so that guess what? My life can just be a life full of just joy and happiness. So hopefully, you guys gain something from this. I'm not just talking to brag. I'm just saying that, man. I put a lot of work. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Listen, I have no support system. I am my only support system. Nobody believes in my dreams but me. Nobody, not even my parents. Still to this day, because they don't understand my life. Because I don't work a typical 9 to 5. They see I just study, work. They don't know how I'm doing it. But guess what? I live a better life than them. I live the life my parents wish they can dream. When they plan for a vacation every couple months, every day is a vacation to me because I do what I want. So I thank you guys again. I look forward to you guys having the same type of lifestyle. Just ain't about how much money you make. It's all about the quality of your life. You got to live a quality life. Life is getting too short to not live a quality life. So you're going to ask yourself this question: are you going to keep doing the same thing to get the same thing, or are you going to do something different in order to get something different? Make a decision, but the decision is up to you because at the end of the day, it's your life, and no one is coming to change or save your life but you. And don't get mad when people don't come into your life and try to save you, because at the end of the day, there's nobody's job to save your life. So I thank you guys again. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I'll pass the call back to Mr. Thomas.